Good morning to the AM of the next day. I'm not the fanciest of video squallers out here or video vloggers out here, but I am most definitely something fresh and new. Okay, so what I'm going to start with this video is I'm going to take my camera off. Oh, the stand is falling off. Here's the stand. I'll put it back on. My best to James. I hope everything gets back in order. You know, I don't know what I'd do if my place, went up in smoke. That's what happens when you run the paintbrush too quick. When the mind is on fire, the mind is on fire. You needed change, so change came into your life because the material didn't matter. So we're going to make this smaller, but the material always matters. Material and matter, bringing those two things together. I'm going to have to think about that, material and matter. Where am I? No, I'm not on that one, Archibald. Not on that one. I've seen that one before. My son has somehow brought it up. And all these things can come about when you start mirroring your images, okay? And when that comes about in mirroring your images, I'm going to show you what happens over here. These are obligations, okay? Obligations of the law, okay, of the odds. This is how the game was made. And these odds are 35 to 1. These odds are 11 to 1. These odds are 2 to 1. These odds, okay, 2 to 1 based on 12, right? 12 numbers chosen either in a straight line, horizontal, or vertical, okay? When it's vertical, it makes a stripe all the way down. You see, when the betting range, it's a stripe all the way down. When it's horizontal, it goes over here. So you have a big chunk of 12, but you have a singular row of 12. We have to see what's gapping in this picture over here. I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to make a circle and solid state that circle. I'm going to make that circle a little bit bigger, and that circle has to do with the high wire act of all these strangleholds coming in to 0, right? There's another roulette wheel, you know, with the double 0 and the single 0. And one of the craziest things is I have 300,000 of my 400,000 views, everybody about roulette. So it must mean something, roulette. And therefore, I go through all the motions of how this wheel could have possibly been put together and for what reason it's in this order. Is it in order or is it in disorder? Whoop, I got to take that down. I got to take a look at my camera here, what that spot did. Whoa, keep making, I just hold on a second. I'm going to, you know, as you play with this, right, doesn't it look like each one is cylinder and it goes down? And if I do the same thing to the next one over here, should I create it in the egg shape? Is that the way I should create it? At what point will I have to remove it from 0? Well, right about here, that's the biggest it can go. Does it look better like that? Or does it look better like this? I ask myself these questions. And again, do you remember the, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to speak about the nuclear plants. All the nuclear plants, or every time I see something to do with a nuclear plant, I see these cone-like items. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another one. Now the question is, do I make it here in the center or do I make it off the center? Make it length. Should I make the length? What should I be doing? I'm not really sure what I should be doing. So I'm questioning myself as I do it with you. So we're going to basically do this together. The question is, do I put another one in the center? You know, NASA sort of has this design, and I ask myself, what? There's something missing in this whole thing. What's missing in this whole thing? I don't know. I don't know what's missing in this whole thing. See, the cat, right? And the cat, he's got this turned. The cat eye is this way, and our eye is this way. So it's telling us that the cat is connecting north-south while we're connecting east-west. But east-west is everything in here. North-south is out of the funnel because remember what I said? These are cylinders or cones. These are cylinders or cones. We're going to do it down at the bottom and see what kind of difference we run into. Remember, I talked to myself, and that dodecahedron is huge. It's telling us a story. What happened here? I was trying to make it bigger on my... So I'm trying to figure this out. Is there a bigger story going on? Should I make this larger and then take this color, make it white, and make that smaller? What should I be doing? I don't know. What should I be doing? Now we're going to color this all in black over here. Should I be doing it this way and have a moon on this side? Or should I do it this way and have the moon on this side? Which part of the moon do we want? Right? Which part of the moon do we want? What's going on with our moons? Do you see this? All these images and designs, I'm going to put it back to me right now. All these images and designs are telling us stories. I have to do them and make them and place them and check them and move them around and try to figure out. Here's a new design that I'm working on. And the first area, I will be taking all the numbers over here between 2 and 9. See, here's number 2. In the second area, I'm going to take 2 and 1 is 3. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 and 3 is 11. 2 and 9 is 11. 4 and 7 is 11. 6 and 5 is 11. 1 and 1 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. So that's going to be this design. Then I'm going to mirror it. Now my next question is, do I have to bring it this way, or do I have to stretch it out and leave empty spaces? I seem to always bring it close together. I don't want too many empty spaces. I want less spaces. I got to condense things. You see, creation started this big. I had 65 different bags, and in every single bag I went into a bag, and as I went into a bag, I took the bag and I put it somewhere else, or I emptied all the bags. So instead of them standing up, they're now flat, they're underneath me. I'm walking on them. I'm walking on all the ingredients of creation that create this planet Earth. Do I go anywhere else? Yes, I do. There was one more part to this, which is the, wow, I don't like the bright light, okay? I still don't like the bright light. Should I turn it off? Well, that's the light from outside, right? Can I block that out? Too much light. Anyways, we're going to take this in real close. 1 and 2 is 12. 2 and 1 is 21. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 58 is numeric value for 2. 34 for 1. They total 92. That's yellow. Yellow and black. Black is 29. Yellow is 92. What's 83? Well, 3 and 5 is 8. And 8 and 4 is 12. Bringing these back together becomes 11. It's a natural 8, and it's creation of 3. So it's a natural 8 and creation of 3. So the heavens existed. And now we have the spirit creation, the breakdown of the totality into life of creation. Number 3 and 8. When we bring 3 and 8 together, I didn't bring 3 and 8 together in this scenario. I brought 8 and 6 together. And this video is the dividing of the 7th gate. Let me fix my color a little bit. Okay, so let me fix the color. So when we divide the 7th gate, we get 49 and 52, 101. 4 and 5 is 9. 9 and 2 is 11. So now we have a 9, 2, 11. Okay, here's my 9 and 2 yellow. And it comes together with the creation of 2 and 1. Where do I get this? I'm going to take out a simple dice cube. And I am going to take this dice cube and put it on number 9. Do I put it on number 9? No. We wanted to put it on number 6. So we're going to put on number 6 and show you number 8. And then flip it around and it's number 6. And then we're going to shake it up again. And I'm going to pick up 2 dice. Number 4. That means number 10 has to be on the other side. Number 10. So we're going to bring 4 and 10 together. Here's 10. Here's 4. 60 and 39, 99. 60 minus 21. The cube in Jupiter. Time in Saturn. The skies of time. Disguising time. 5 and 9 are opposites of each other. 5 and 4 is 9. It just so happened that the dice fell on these 2 numbers. And the opposite side is 5, 3, and 2, 5. Right? I have 3 and 2, 5. And I have, hold on a second. I have 6 and 3, 9. But now I have 1 and 4, 5. See, when 6 and 3, 9 comes up, right? When 6 and 3 come up, and 5 and 4 come up, 5 and 4 come up with beta creation, 2 and 3. So their stories are right here, given right to us in perfect order, just so we know the difference. Now we got to go to colors of Rubik's Cube. You think it was your brain? Yeah, you created it from the logic of the star system. You were able to put it together over time. You see, I believe that we're young up until a certain age of the awakening. And then from that age on, when you decide that there's a few stragglers, but when you decide that racing down the street and possibly injuring somebody that could jump out of a road, a kid, a child, an animal, and disrupt the capabilities of a car, to drive into the middle of the road, when our brains start to think, that's when you're growing up. So our bodies, we're actually, once we've grown up, we no longer need to know these values of earth, then brings it to death, because we don't need to learn. Our brains come in here, we learn, we go, oh, now I know. Now I understand. I didn't learn everything, but I know the basics. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean that. I accept your apology. All is fine, dandy indeed. Oh, look at these guys. Nobody's accepting. They're always mean. I'll go on my way. But you get pushed. And I'll go on my way. And you get pushed and you go on your way. Hey, man, you want to do me a favor? Don't push me. And then they punch you. What do you do? So now it's a test of survival. How do we set up our perimeter? And then my next perimeter. And my next perimeter. And we all have to be different. I'm a Libra. You're a Sagittarius. He's a Taurus. All mixes and mixtures of the bipolarity of the three-sided zodiac. Three-sided because we're always seen, one side sees two sides, and from the bottom you see three sides, and from the top you are connected to all three sides, and from each corner how you're connected to the triangle. So the triangle has 3 connected here, 3 connected here, 3 connected there. That's 9, and then the point 3 that's connected to the other 3, that's 12. So now we have the bases of the triangle of 12. And each wall is 1 in the center. 1 opposite of 1 and 1. So that's 3. Then we have the one at the bottom that is only opposite of the pole, pending on exactly what is the cut of your triangle. And remember, I really shouldn't do this. Maybe I'll do this to an old card. Remember, I'm trying to think of this, the triangle, right? So that's 1. And what's so lovely about this? And you know what's good about this is take a look what I did to the other side. Take a look what I'm going to do here. Let me see if this works out. So I got 3 here, and look what I got left. Oh my God. A part of what could be one day the dodecahedron. But only one side of the dodecahedron. And then we're going to have to, do we have any more scrappers? We can create the 2 sides of the dodecahedron. I didn't have to do it this way from the leftover parts. So now we create the second side of the dodecahedron. So we're going to do it like this. And then we're going to fill in this spot over here. So when we fill in that spot, when I fill in that spot, just give me a second. I'm going to get a little bit of tape. And voila, the dodecahedron. Made up of this triangle down here at the bottom. Can we get some light out of the way? How does this work? So we made the dodecahedron, and then we have these 2 pieces that were created from, let me pull this apart if I can. And the dodecahedron that was actually created from, and we just put it back together. Now we can also put it back together this way. Hold on a second. There's another put back together this way. And I'm just trying to see how this works. There's another shape that comes out of here. I have to sit a little bit longer. I have to think a little bit more. So we ended up with these 2 and this one. So now I put them all together. This is what we get. if I create two of these, okay, I will create, what? What will I create if I have two of these? Think? The hexagon. Or would I put it on top of here and look at the card, the jack and the jack and the king, and they're all wearing this, right, on top of it. They're actually wearing this, but it's larger. It's larger. What does that mean? If it's larger, I need three of these. I need three of these. This is part of what the E world is created from. It's created from just the first one. And I'm going to show you where that creation is. Just give me, it's over here. It's over here. When you have a single base and you want to create the dodecahedron, you will never arrive if you're only drawing to the points. Do you understand? So you automatically create this design. Now there's two ways of doing it. You can start over here at this point over here. Okay, just let me see if I can get this. Whoa, the stand fell off again. That's my fault. Or we can start it here. Sorry. And by creating the dodecahedron here on this angle, okay, I can do it. But if I create the dodecahedron from here, right, my points do not meet. So here's where I create the X over here. They do not meet. So does that mean I need a circle, a universal join for two roads meeting? This is what will happen. This is the only way. I will go around it. So this will create my E world. They also say you can create Fibonacci this way. 1 and 1 is 2, and 2 and 1 is 3, and 3 and 2 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm over here, and I skip this area over here. And then 5 and 3 is 8. So you go 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now I'm over here, 8. And then 8 and 5 is 13. And now 1 and 3 is 4. And now we are over here. And we've connected the two center points for your dodecahedron in counting on 1 and 1, and 2 and 3, and 5 and 8. 8 and 5 equals to 4. And that's your beginning of your dodecahedron. We're going to do this again in the next video. There's all kinds of stuff. I'm going to stop the video right now. And if you got to this point, then shame on me that I made it so long. The creation didn't happen in a day, you know. Oh, God. In a short day. Thank you for watching this video. Oh, wait. So we had this. And now what happens if you make two of them? It becomes the beehive, but then you can just fold them over. And now you have the 3 points come together here. When one side is facing, if it's facing that way or it's facing that way from the center point over here, what are your directions? But underneath, I got nothing. So I would need 4 of these. So give me a second. So now I have 4. So what would happen with all these? These 3 come together? Or is it these 3 that come together? I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to make a big black mark on something. Okay, I'm going to make a big black mark and show you this. See this back side? I'm going to create these 3 together. See the back side over here? Now I'm going to take the back side, I'm going to fold it up, and I'm going to bring these 3 together. Now I have my bottom that can fold together. So now I have 3, 3, 3. But remember, which is the bottom side? The bottom side folding in. If they're perfect, this bottom side folds in. I will create these 3, and then this bottom side will close. Or I'll take these 3, where this was the bottom side. Now let's see that mark on that one, that mark. I should mark them 1, 2. I should mark 1 and 2. I'm going to mark 1 and 2. So now we know. Here's 1. So I'm going to take 1 and I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to put 2 at the bottom. Or I'm going to put 2 at the side and close it with 1. And that's what you have. So now you have the your triangle. So now you just have one of them. So what if I shove this right in the center of one of them, turn these all together, now we have a core and a point. Should I fold all these at the end together? Should I cut them off? I don't know. At the same time, what I've done in a previous video is I've shoved one of this inside of it at the base, and I created the hold on a second. Okay, I created this. I have this base which I run at the base here. Just give me a second here. Voila. So what I see is the 0 and the double 0. What the bottom reader sees is the single 0. What the three walls can see of almost the entirety of the sun is the double 0, and what the outside can read is the single 0. Now my question is, does it roll like the sun so we know where the values are? That's what my question is. At the top it can roll because there's an empty space here. This is a drumstick to the beat of the drummer. Now will we have one on the other side? Will we have one here and one here as a gear? What am I gearing up to? Creation in pieces and parts. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.